Welcome to the Random Green Podcast. I'm your host, Random Green, and tonight, or wherever you're at, listening to this podcast, it's nighttime where I'm at. I want to give you guys a scenario. Just suppose this scenario exists, and it actually does exist. But do you think it's fair for someone that doesn't work to make money? Well, of course you would say no. I mean, most people would say no. So why in corporations do we allow bailouts for CEOs? You know, that is absolutely ludicrous that takes place, and it's sad reality. You know, and you think about it. Now, if you're a corporate employee, I by no means am I poking fun or making fun of you individuals, but I really don't know what a corporate employee does other than oversee, and I'm sure it's some work, oversee companies working. I mean, it's like a supervisor telling somebody else to work. That's the boss, obviously. But the corporate employees are like the bosses of like production and manufacturing or whatever company it is, and they sit in their cubicles or check their emails, have meetings. I mean, there's even companies that admitted that they don't really do any work except have titles and they're in positions of power. And they always say the harder you work, the more you get paid. And of course, a lot of individuals say the harder you work, the less you get paid, which is more true. Because, again, it goes back to bailouts. Why the heck are bailouts allowed for CEOs? For CFOs and whatever? It's just absolutely ludicrous. Again, crazy. This stuff continues to happen. It's like politics. All corporate employees I see are politicians. Like politicians will tell the military to go to war. Do they go to war? No, they just tell them to go to war. And that's like corporate employees. They just tell people what to do, but they don't actually do them themselves. They don't have to do anything. It's kind of one of those things where it's just really unfortunate that we live in a world that these individuals don't work. They do, well, they work. They have a title. Technically they work, but they really don't. Unless someone can prove that they actually work, I haven't seen, really many corporate employees do a lot of work. It's always, again, telling individuals, hey, you need to do this. You need to do this more. And you need to work longer hours, and we don't have to. It's pretty sad, you think about it. But yet it continues to be allowed. Boy, I mean, can you imagine if companies would work as hard as their corporate employees or did what corporate employees do? Nothing would get done. No work would get done. So, that being said, can you imagine if, for example, Ford, there's the Ford corporate employees. Obviously, do they do the job? No, of course not. They have to think of advertising and all that. I mean, they have people underneath them, like the marketing team. And it's like this. There's just there's a lot of things. There's a plethora of things to look at. Now, I'm not saying, hey, if I could be a corporate employee, it'd be great. But you don't. They don't give you enough motivation. Like, I don't understand it sometimes. Like with the strike situation with Ford, was it a year ago or something like that? I mean, like for example, that's an example, I guess. You know, and I was thinking when I went to the grocery store the other day, do the corporate employees stock the shelves? Do the corporate employees run? No, they sit behind the desk. And like I say, when I took my, getting back to Ford, when I took my vehicle to Ford, they was corporate employees working on the car? No, of course not. You see, you have to understand the situation. When you look at the situation, the complexities and the intensities of it all, you will come to appreciate that corporate employees are just there to have a title, have a position. Wow, it'd be really nice to have that. It's like this. I'm not trying to, again, I'm not. It's just I'm offering my opinion, and it comes down to it. It's just it's my opinion. If you're a corporate employee listening to this, then you'll know that you'll probably agree that you do nothing, but it's fine. You're lucky. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to work, and you can just get the money and take the money and run. All right, this has been the Random Green Podcast. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great day.